What's going on, guys? Here we are back, day number 24 of the cut. And today we are returning with the absolute star of the show, legs. And what does that mean? What does star of the show mean? It means that is the lift that we are prioritizing the most out of all others. 1A, of course, is arms. We'll do tomorrow, but today is legs. And it's day 24, day 23, which was yesterday, Friday. I took a off day, a rest day, and that's just because I wasn't recovered enough. And I think that the answer moving forward is going to be 2 days on, 1 day off. So we'll do legs, arms, off. Chest, back, off. Legs, arms, off. Chest, back, off. And I think that will provide a good ratio of recovery to stimulus in order to allow me to grow in the most effective way possible. So that's the story. That's where we're going. That's where we're headed. Today is quad dominated. You know what that means? We're going in and we're going to hit the hack squat. So we're going to hit the hack squat. Last time I did 585 for 6. Love to get that for 8. And maybe even more. We'll see. I want to start to push into 7 plates aside, but I think that is a bit ambitious being on a cut. So we'll see what we do. But want to at least get 8 there on 585. And then I'm going to transition to leg press, which is, in theory, the direct opposite of a hack squat. So a hack squat, you're standing up and going down at an angle. A leg press, you're sitting down and the weight's going up at an angle. So we'll transition into leg press depending on how much quad I have left. Of course, I want to exhaust it to complete, almost complete failure in the hack squat. Then whatever we have left, we'll do leg press. And then whatever we do have left after that, we'll go to leg extension and really feel the muscle working, feel the quadricep growing. After that, we'll do the abduction, adduction exercises, the transitory exercises to get us from the quads into the posterior chain. And then we'll hit lying hamstring curls as hard as possible. Probably some RDLs, maybe 1 or 2 cable row pull-throughs, calves, and that'll be a day. So we're going in there today with a renewed vigor for the gym. We want to go in and hit it harder than we've hit anything before and multiply that by 1,000,000. We want to go in there today and go as hard as humanly possible. And I will admit, bringing an intensity to the gym does take a little bit out of you. Outside of the gym, it's a little harder to recover. It's a little harder to have energy because you're putting it all into the gym. But if you really want to get bigger, grow, and see a change, it's a necessary dilemma that we have to grapple with. So that is the story. I'm ready to go in there and get the job done. We're going to put on our squat shoes. We're going to go as hard as possible. We're going to warm the knee up and then be happy about it. Eat our food. We'll do cardio later tonight. And that'll be a perfect, beautiful Saturday. So giving myself a little extra time because if you think about it, Thursday, I did the exercise late. The workout late. It was about 8 o'clock to 10 or 11 that I finished. And then the idea was I've gotten 36 hours and now, 11 plus 3. So 39 hours that I'm going on of rest. And now it's ready to get back in the gym and blast the body, particularly the legs and even more specifically the quadriceps. So we will be doing that and we will see you in the gym where it's all going to take place now. Okay, here we are. Familiar place, familiar space. And we're going to start here on hack squat, getting the knee warm, just some warm-up reps. Not full depth, but just getting the knee ready for some weights. So here we go. Well, like usual, a little gristle in there, but let's go up. Whew.
All right, 405 is like butter. Now we're doing 495. So we're gonna do it the same way. Let's go. There we go. Whew. All right, last set felt pretty good. Got a lot out of it. But now we're back. 6 plates aside. Yeah, buddy, lightweight. There we go. Last time I got 6, one for at least 6. 7 would be great. I'm gonna take it one at a time. Do as many as I can. Here we go. Wow. I think that's it. Whew. We got 5. Fuck. All right, since I only got 5, I took a little bit of a breather, and I'm gonna hit 2 more just for the principle. So just 2 reps here, and then we'll go down. Here we go. There we go. All right, we're back down to 495, pretty gassed. The reps that I've been getting at that 585 are good, solid reps, especially those last 2. Really start all the way through the muscle. So next up, we're gonna go for at least 8. Just take it one by one. Let's do it. Wow! Let's go one more. All right, one more set. All right, it's the last set for hack squat, and we're going for 12. That's the number. So let's do it. Wow. Fuck. All right, next exercise. All right, here we are doing something a little different. Adding to the mix. We're gonna do leg press next. So usually I would go on to do leg extension, and that would be the extent of the quadricep movements for the day. But I really like how leg press feels when you get deep into it. You really get a good flex on the quads. Really feel it in the muscle. So we're gonna do some sets of these. We'll see how many we need. We'll see how far we go up. But the first one's 405. And let's do it. Kept the squat shoes on for this. Here we go. That's one. Let's go up. All right. We went up 5 plates aside. And I really can't emphasize enough on this how important depth is. But at the same time, you never want to lose tension on the muscle. So don't go so deep where you're hitting the bumpers and you're losing tension. You want to make sure you have constant tension on the quads and getting deep as possible and be connected with the quads. If you do all of these things together, your muscles will grow. Promise you. Living proof. So here we go. Come on. Woo! What a set. Good fucking set. All right, we're back to the bear. We're right on the bear. And been running into hella cool people at the gym today. Love that. So anyways, 6 plates aside. Only got 5 on the hack squat, so hopefully we get more here. As always, goal is 8, bonus is 12. Let's run it up one by one. Ah! Oh, fuck. Ah! That was a set. Shit. All right, as you saw from the last set, took pretty much everything in me to get that last rep up. It's exactly the intensity that you need when you get to the gym, when you complete a workout. So last set for leg press, we're doing a back off set, 405, just 12 reps, just to cool down before we move on to a more isolated movement and leg extension. Here we go. All right, let's do change of shoes, go leg extension. All right, so we're still gonna do leg extensions, but while we're waiting for them to become unoccupied, we're gonna go ahead and do our abduction and adduction. So just gonna show you one of each. Let's do it. There we go, I'm gonna do 4. I did 4 abduction, now I'm gonna do 4 adduction, and I'm gonna show you guys one of them. It's pretty monotonous, so here we go, number 1. Appreciate it, brother. All right, you guys saw the signal. That means leg extension's open. We're gonna go ahead and hit 3 more here, then we'll hit leg extension. All right, here we are. 2 leg extensions. Gonna do what we've been doing, 170, 230. Really wanna feel the muscle working on these sets. These are the growth sets. Sets before have been the strength sets. You need both. You need to be strong. You need to be hypertrophic. So heavy hack squat, heavy leg press. We did do some down sets, which contribute to the hypertrophy of the situation, but this is truly to grow the quad. These leg extensions are to grow the quad. And of course, you have 2 mechanisms of action when it comes to quad growth. You have a press and you have an extension. We just loaded up on the press. we did a lot of press. And I believe most of the muscle is going to come from the press if you're not doing the extensions correctly. The thing is about the press is it contributes to growth from being able to lift heavy weight. This contributes to growth through feeling the muscle work. So we're going to go through this, feel the muscle work. We got 170 on. We're going to do a few sets here. Let's go. All right, let's go up. All right, we're up to 235. We're going to do grip, rips. Probably do 2 or 3, and then go back down to 170 really chiseled in. So let's go. All right, a couple more just like that. All right, here we go. Number 2, and quads are pumped, fatigued, feeling good. Let's keep running them up. Number 2. All right, had enough of heavy weight. Let's go back down, do a few. Okay, here we go. We're back down to 175, and we're gonna do at least 2 sets here. But the goal is to finish off the quadriceps. That is what we're going for. So here's one. All right, probably 2 more. Sheesh. All right, here we go. Almost there with the quads. Honestly, probably passed it a little bit, but nonetheless, mommy raised no, you know what. So let's go. Whew. All right, one more. Absolute last quadricep movement. So give it all we got. We're about had it, but give it all we have, and then we'll move on to hamstring. So here we go. We're cooked. All right, hammies. Okay, so we finished up the quads. Quads are done, absolutely fried. Hard to go down the stairs. But next up, what we're gonna do is the hamstring. And we're gonna do curls and take it one exercise at a time. Because like I said, I'm pretty fatigued. So we're gonna do 110 here and probably up it to 185. Do as many as we can, and then go from there. Here we go. Oh, warm up. Go up. All right, here we go. 185. Let's see what we got. Come on. Ah. Ah. Jeez. All right, let's do that one more time. Ooh. So hamstring's a little finicky, the right one, and it doesn't happen during the set. It happens after the set, actually. Cramp, weird, painful cramp. Obviously, all cramps are pretty painful, but regardless, we'll run up 185 one more time. Maybe not push as hard at the end on the partials, but see how many good reps we can get. And then we'll go down and hit as many as we can. Here we go. All right, let's go down. All right, went down to 140. Let's go. All right, one more, just like that. All right, here we go. It's probably going to be the last one because hamstrings are cooked already. You know how it goes. So here we go. Whoa. Cooked. All right. Oh, fuck, dude. All right, so fatigue setting in. Got a good 4 sets of hamstrings in. Now we're going to move on to RDLs. Goal is going to be 4 sets here, but we'll take it one by one. Starting with the first one. And we're up 5 pounds in each hand at 90 from 85. So here we go. All right, fuck. Let's do something else. Okay, we're back at hamstring, and we're going to do one more hamstring before we move on to either a glute exercise, depending on if I have any more juice, or a calf exercise. So here we go. All right, you know what? I think we're good. Do 1 set of cable rope pull throughs. We're gonna go for 12, 150, just to finish off the glutes. Then we'll go to calves. There we go. That's enough. Calves. All right, we're back to calves. Just gonna go through, feel them, make sure we're feeling them. We'll run this through, and that'll be that. Let's go. Whew. Leg day. Check.
What's going on, you guys? Here we are back in the kitchen for the nightcap after a tremendous leg day, probably the best leg day in many moons, that's for sure. Went in there and absolutely crushed it. Every part of the lift went exactly to plan, exactly how I wanted it to, and I went to failure pretty much every set. I at least brought the intensity to the lift. I was at least in there in the gym with excellent intensity, and we got the job done. After the lift, I've been chilling a little bit. It's Saturday, so nothing too special. Did some cardio, went down to the apartment gym, did 3 speed, 3.5 incline. We're kind of upping it a little bit, 3.1 speed because I like to get a 5K done within an hour. And I had a nice conversation on the treadmill, always makes it go a little bit faster. So everything's adding up. We're all doing well. We've been killing the diet. We've been crushing the diet. We got oatmeal again, so we're back on the oatmeal. We had venison. We probably had around 390 grams of protein, 390 grams of carbs, and about 50 grams of fat, putting me at about 1,000 calorie deficit. We've been in a calorie deficit of around that amount for 5 straight days, and we're feeling pretty good. We are feeling like a high day might be mixed in here soon because we want to refill the muscle in order to drain it again, and we're thinking about putting that in soon. So we'll see. I'll keep you updated as to what we're eating, but tomorrow we're going to hit arms. It is 1A of the show. It is right there. It's approaching being the hot ticket item, or the top ticket item, the A side of the card, but we're getting there close. It's arms, and we're gonna go in and hit them as hard as possible. I haven't decided yet if I wanna maybe do a superset type workout. I think that could be interesting. I think it could produce a better pump and a better overall feeling post-workout. I don't know, we'll have to see. If not, I'm hitting biceps first, and I could see there being value to that because obviously I want to bring my biceps up most. So we'll see. It'll probably be just based on feel, based on what I want to do, but we will see, and that will happen tomorrow. Like I said, I'm starting to do 2 on, 1 off, 2 on, 1 off. And I think I'm gonna do that through the remainder of the prep, unless I'm too tired or not tired enough. You know, those are gonna be the deciding factors. Everything that we do is always a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. You wanna constantly check on your own body. You want to, even if you have a coach, you know, most of us, of course, don't have a coach. And I know probably most of us watching don't have a coach. I don't have a coach. I coach myself. So I'm always constantly checking in on my body, my fatigue levels, my diet. I put it all in the Fitbit app. I compare it to my expenditure, and I'm always constantly comparing how big of the total deficit I am in for the entire cut, meaning from day 1 to now. Pair that along with my energy levels and my strength levels in the gym to create an answer for what I should do next, whether it's throwing a high day, whether it's change up the workouts. You know, you put that also with how you look in the mirror and your weight on the scale, and you start to have this perfect concoction to be able to make an executive decision on where to go next. And if you do that over time, you'll begin to have a physique that looks pretty good. So that's the story. Another thing I wanted to touch on is rep range. Okay, so I always do 8 to 12 reps. The reason why I'm thinking about this a little bit, I always see on, you know, some of the content I've been consuming, they have, you know, how much do you bench? Benching's a big deal. And I used to bench a lot. That used to be my main and only lift for a time. When I really first started lifting, I only benched. And I got it up to around, you know, 415 was probably my best lift at bench. So I was very high on the bench before. Now, as you see, I don't ever do flat bench, but I definitely, you know, for today on the hack squat is the best example for a low rep set for me. I did 5 reps, and that's honestly too low. The reason for that is you want to do it low enough So my rep range is 8 to 12. You want to do it low enough so you can still move heavy weight. That is very important. But you want to do it high enough where you don't put yourself at risk of injury. Because a bodybuilder's number one enemy is injury. You know, that's the only thing that's really going to derail progress. If you train hard, you'll at least gain muscle if you're eating shitty. If you train hard, you'll lose fat if you're eating good. Training hard pretty much allows you some leeway. But if you're injured, it's hard to train hard, especially on that specific muscle. And if it's a big enough injury, say you're maxing out the bench press and you tear your pec, it's out there, I've seen it, then you're going to be out of the gym completely for months, right? Completely derailing anything that you've been putting your absolute soul into. You don't want that. So high enough that you won't risk injuring yourself, and low enough so you can push heavy weight. You can go in there and grind on some heavy weight. You can feel like you're pushing heavy weight. And, you know, if you get to the point where, you know, for me, if I'm incline benching 315 for 12, that's beautiful. That's absolutely stunning. And we'll get there. But do I want to do 315 for 5? I don't. And it's a little bit different when you do legs. I feel like legs are a little bit less apt to injury. Hamstring, I guess quads specifically. Quads are pretty much your strongest muscle as far as being resistant to injury. You know, pecs are susceptible, shoulders are susceptible, biceps are susceptible, triceps are susceptible. Hamstrings especially are susceptible. Groin is susceptible. You see it all over the place, but rarely do you see a quad tear or strain or pull. You do see them, unfortunately, but they're much more rare, especially in a bodybuilding context. So this is all going into the formula that you have to create around lifting. And it only comes with experience, consuming knowledge, seeking wisdom when it comes to the sport. And when you do that, you can start to create your own dichotomy of what the best practice looks like for you. And that's, you know, thankfully with me having lifted for so long, I'm starting to be able to create that. I still have a lot to discover and find out, and I need to keep on learning and getting better with my knowledge. But I'm able to, and I've been able to for, you know, a few years now. Feels like a long time, but I've always been able to concoct this formula of where I need to go next. It's like we've written it all the way up to now, and now where do we go next? Let's evaluate and make a decision. So that comes with experience and learning. That's all there is to say there. But it's important, guys, to keep a consistent pressure towards your goals, especially lifting. You don't want to take time off. You want to continue to be consistent. You want to at least lift more days in the week than you don't lift. So I would say the lowest number of times you should go into the gym and lift weight train a week is 4 times. If you're going 3 times, think about it. You're recovering more than you're working out. Why do you need to do that? You'll be over recovered, right? And when you go in and weight train, obviously you are, if you're going hard enough, going to cause some central nervous system fatigue. Your entire body is going to be drained by going intense in the gym. But if you hit back, you can probably hit chest the next day, chest and shoulders the next day. If you hit legs, you can probably hit arms the next day. And if you think about 2 on, 1 off, it's basically 5 days in the gym. Because if you start on Monday, Tuesday you go, Wednesday you're off. Thursday, Friday you go, Saturday you're off, Sunday you go. So that's 5 days. And I think that's a little bit light. You know, I'd like to go 3 on, 1 off. That would be more optimal, but maybe not for me. You know, you want to have, in my opinion, and I keep saying this, but repetition is the mother of all learning. So if I keep saying it and you keep hearing it, it'll drill it into your mind to be knowledge that's accepted. It'll just be wisdom that becomes a habit in the brain. But it's important to do what is best for you. You need to figure out what is best for you and stick to it and be consistent with it. And, you know, intensity needs to be high, volume needs to be high to moderate, moderate to high. I do high because I want to push and be the best. I want to go above and beyond. And frequency needs to be as frequent as you can recover properly and push the intensity and volume. And one of the most important things that I ever heard was from one of the YouTube guys that I watch a lot, Dr. Mike Israetelli, butchering his name, but he said it is better to stay home and recover than it is to go in and half-ass a workout, than it is to go in and not turn that intensity all the way up. And the reason for that, and that might seem a little counterintuitive, especially to people that are just starting to get into the gym or that don't go a lot or go 3 times instead of, you know, 4 times a week. You might think, hey, just get in there and get a little something done and you'll work towards your goals. But if you're really serious about bodybuilding and being better and, you know, put it on serious mass, if you're actually serious about being an outlier, someone that's not average, not just, you know, a person that goes to the gym, if you're really serious about it, then when you're in there, you're going to be going as intense as possible. And if you don't have that ability, if you don't have the ability to go in there and be a savage animal and attack the weights, then you need to recover so the next day you have that return. The fire gets reignited. And if your fatigue's really high, your central nervous system's taking a beating, then you're not going to be able to go as intense as possible. You need to take a rest day. And I know there's different camps on this. I know people have their opinions, but it truly is paramount that you recover properly. And for me, what that's looking like now is 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off. That 1 day, I'll recover from the 2 days and repeat. So while we're in a deficit, so if we were bulking, it'd be a little bit different because I would have an energy surplus. And you guys saw the bulk. We went pretty well. I did take off days every now and then. It's important. If you're in the gym going hard, you're going to need to recover. And you grow when you recover. So you want to provide the proper stimulus to recovery ratio. And if you're a savage, the stimulus is always going to be higher than the recovery. Because if the recovery is higher than the stimulus, just by default, you're leaving a percentage of gains on the table. That's what we don't want to do. You know, I come from the camp that I'd rather do everything possible to achieve rather than, and do too much. And I did too much, but I achieved it. But I could have achieved it doing less. I could have worked smarter or whatever. I would rather lean on the side. It's not to say you shouldn't work smarter. I'm literally talking about doing rest days right now. But I lean more towards doing more than doing less. Than doing less, but we got close to the goal and we didn't accomplish it. So that is the point of, you want to make sure that the stimulus is always higher than the recovery. So that's why I'm doing 2 days on, 1 day off. But you need to have time to recover. You need it, guys. You need it. You need it. If you want to grow, you have. And if you feel like you don't need a day off of the gym after 2 or 3 days in a row, the only thing that means, that's a good indicator. It's just a good gauge that you're not going intense enough. You're not going hard enough when you're actually in the gym. That is what it's to say. And it's a yes or no answer. You know, it's really a yes or no answer. 3rd day's done. Do I feel like I can go to the gym again or do I not? If you do, you're not going hard enough. You're going in thinking, oh, I'm just hitting legs today. That's an easy day. Or today's just chest and triceps. Easy day. You can't think that way. As soon as that gets in your head, you need to get it out of there. Every day is a hard day. Every muscle group is important. And you need to push the intensity on all of them. Every single day that you're in the gym, you have to go hard. That's the main message. So that's the story, guys. I'm going to eat. I'm about to cook. It's about 11:30. We're about to cook the meals for tomorrow and stay on the train. Keep chugging. If you get off of it, if you stumble and you fall, Don't think, ah, this is over, it's done with. No, just get right back on the train and start building the momentum again. So that's the story. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for arms.